Have you ever had someone who responds almost immediately every time you text them? They seem interested. They ask questions. They laugh at your jokes. They keep the conversation going. But then you notice something strange. If you stopped messaging first, the conversation would completely disappear. Days go by, maybe even weeks, and you start wondering, do they actually like me? Or do they just like the attention? Because that's one of the most confusing situations to be in. Someone can make you feel wanted and ignored at the exact same time. They are present when you reach out, but absent when you don't. And that creates a question that can consume your thoughts. If they enjoy talking to me, why don't they ever choose to talk to me first? The truth is, there are several reasons someone might reply quickly but never initiate. Sometimes it means they like you but are holding back. Sometimes it means they enjoy the connection but aren't willing to put in effort. And sometimes it means their feelings simply aren't as strong as yours. Today, we're going to break down why someone might reply fast but never start the conversation. And more importantly, what their behavior is really telling you. The first possibility is that they genuinely enjoy talking to you. When you message them, they are happy to hear from you. They aren't ignoring you. They aren't annoyed. They aren't trying to end the conversation. They respond because they like the interaction. But there is a difference between enjoying someone's presence and actively wanting to pursue them. A lot of people confuse these two things. Someone can like your personality. They can enjoy your conversations. They can feel comfortable around you. But that doesn't always mean they feel a strong enough desire to take initiative. Think about it this way. Imagine someone invites you to hang out. You have a great time. You laugh. You enjoy yourself. But after that day, you don't think about planning the next one. You like the experience, but you weren't motivated to create another one. Some people are like that with conversations. They enjoy receiving your messages because you bring something positive into their day. But when you're not there, they don't feel that same urgency to reach out. And this is where many people get stuck. They think, they replied quickly, so they must really care. But response speed only tells you how someone reacts when you appear. Initiation tells you what someone does when you don't. And that difference matters. Another common reason someone replies fast but never reaches out first is because the pattern between you has already been established. Maybe from the beginning, you were always the one starting conversations. You sent the good morning texts. You checked in first. You asked the questions. You kept the conversation alive. Over time, both people can become comfortable with that dynamic. Not necessarily because they don't care, but because they have learned that you will always be there. Human beings naturally adapt to patterns. If someone knows you will always open the door, they may stop thinking about knocking. They don't have to wonder, should I text them? Because part of them already assumes, they'll probably message me eventually. This doesn't mean you should play games or purposely disappear to test someone. Healthy relationships aren't built on tests. But it does mean that sometimes you have to step back and observe what happens when you stop carrying the entire connection. Because effort reveals information. Not through one day, not through one missed text, but through consistent behavior over time. If someone notices your absence and values the connection, they usually find a way to show it. Now, this is the part that can be difficult to accept. Sometimes someone replies because they enjoy the attention they receive from you, not because they are deeply invested in building something with you. Your messages make them feel good. They enjoy feeling wanted. They enjoy knowing someone is thinking about them, but they aren't necessarily thinking, how can I make this person's day better? There is a big difference between receiving effort and returning effort. Someone who genuinely wants to build a connection usually creates moments where you feel chosen. They don't just respond when you knock. They occasionally walk toward the door themselves. This is why looking only at replies can be misleading. A person can give you positive reactions while still giving very little actual effort. They can like your messages without liking the responsibility of maintaining the relationship. And if you constantly find yourself asking, how do I get them to want to talk to me? That question alone may be telling you something. Because the right connection usually doesn't require you to constantly convince someone that you are worth their time. However, not every situation means someone doesn't care. Sometimes people genuinely struggle with initiating. Some people are shy. Some people overthink. Some people are afraid of rejection. Some people don't know how to express interest. They might think, I don't want to bother them. Or, what if they don't actually want to hear from me? Or, they're probably busy. For some people, Responding feels easier than initiating because the pressure is already removed. When you message them, they know you want to talk. They don't have to risk putting themselves out there. This can especially happen with people who have a more avoidant personality or who struggle with vulnerability. They may enjoy connection, but feel uncomfortable being the person who creates it. The important thing is not to immediately assume the worst. One behavior alone doesn't tell the whole story. You have to look at the bigger picture. Do they make time for you? Do they remember things you tell them? Do they show curiosity about your life? Do they make an effort in other ways? Because someone who rarely initiates but consistently shows care in other areas may simply communicate differently. This is probably the hardest possibility to consider. Sometimes someone does like you, but not enough to take action. And that can be painful because it creates mixed signals. They aren't cold. They aren't completely uninterested. But they also aren't moving closer. They exist somewhere in the middle. And the middle can be one of the most confusing places to live emotionally. Because when someone is completely uninterested, it is easier to accept. But when someone gives you just enough attention to keep hope alive, you start analyzing everything. Every reply, every emoji, every joke, every small sign. You start searching for proof that maybe they feel the same way. But a connection isn't built on potential. It's built on consistent effort. Someone can like you and still not be ready. Someone can care about you and still not choose you. Someone can enjoy talking to you and still not want the same thing you want. And that doesn't make either person a villain. It just means feelings and actions don't always match. So what do you do when someone replies fast but never starts the conversation? The first thing is simple. Stop measuring your value by their effort. Someone else's level of initiative is not proof of your worth. The second thing is, match their energy. This doesn't mean become cold. It doesn't mean ignore them. It doesn't mean play a game. It means stop doing 100% of the work for a connection that requires two people. Give them room to show you what they actually want. If you are always the person creating opportunities, you may never know whether they would create them themselves. And finally, pay attention to how the relationship makes you feel. Do you feel appreciated? Or do you constantly feel like you are waiting? Do you feel chosen? Or do you feel like you are trying to earn someone's attention? The right person will not make you feel like you have to decode every interaction. They will not leave you constantly wondering where you stand. If someone replies fast but never starts the conversation, the answer is not always simple. Maybe they are nervous. Maybe they are comfortable letting you lead. Maybe they enjoy talking to you but aren't ready for more. But the most important thing to remember is this. Interest is not just shown by how someone responds when you reach out. It is also shown by whether they think of you when you are not there. Because the people who truly want to be part of your life don't just answer the door. Sometimes they knock first. And if you find yourself constantly chasing someone who only meets you halfway, remember, you deserve a connection where effort feels mutual, not one where you spend all your time wondering if someone cares. You shouldn't have to convince someone to choose you. The right person won't just reply when you reach out. They'll want a reason to reach out to you too. One of the biggest mistakes people make in situations like this is confusing availability with interest. Just because someone is always available to reply doesn't necessarily mean they're emotionally invested in the relationship. Think about how easy it is to answer a text message today. It takes a few seconds. Someone can be watching television, lying in bed, standing in line for coffee, or waiting for a meeting to start, and send a reply almost instantly. Responding is easy. Initiating takes intention. That's a completely different level of effort. Initiating means someone thought about you before you appeared on their screen. It means something reminded them of you. Maybe they heard a song you both liked. Maybe they saw a funny video and wanted to send it to you. Maybe they simply wondered how your day was going. Those moments happen because you crossed their mind naturally, not because your notification reminded them that you exist. That's why initiation often tells us more than response time. Imagine two different people. The first replies within 30 seconds every single time. The second takes a few hours to answer but occasionally sends you a message first saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you today." Which person is showing more intentional effort? Most people immediately focus on speed because it's easy to measure. But relationships aren't built on speed. They're built on intention. Sometimes a slow reply means someone is busy. Sometimes a fast reply means they're simply holding their phone. Neither one automatically tells you how much they care. The real question is this. Outside of responding, do they ever create opportunities to connect? Because connection isn't just about keeping conversations alive. It's about wanting them to happen in the first place. If you've ever found yourself thinking about someone constantly because they send mixed signals, you're not alone. In fact, there's a reason it feels so difficult. Our minds naturally crave certainty. When someone clearly likes us, we understand where we stand. When someone clearly isn't interested, eventually we can begin to move on. But mixed signals keep us stuck somewhere in the middle. Every positive interaction feels like proof. Every period of silence creates doubt. Then another reply arrives, and suddenly hope returns. That emotional cycle can become exhausting. You aren't just thinking about the person anymore. You're trying to solve a puzzle. Every text becomes evidence. Every delay becomes a clue. Every emoji suddenly feels important. You start asking questions like, what did they mean by that? Why did they answer so quickly today? Why were they online but didn't message me? Before long, you're spending more energy analyzing the relationship than actually enjoying it. Healthy relationships usually don't require constant investigation. You don't have to decode every interaction. You don't have to search for hidden meanings behind every message. Consistency creates peace. Inconsistency creates anxiety. And while every relationship has moments of uncertainty, you shouldn't spend months wondering whether someone even wants to talk to you.